Welcome to Haunted Histories, where we explore haunted locations and talk about how they came to be. Today, we will be covering a haunted abandoned island called Poveglia in Italy. Enjoy! In the heart of the Venetian lagoon, nestled between the bustling city of Venice and the serene shores of Lido, lies a small, triangular island that has borne witness to centuries of darkness and despair, Poveglia. This forsaken piece of land, barely 18 acres in size, has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted places in Italy, if not the world. Its history, steeped in tragedy and terror, stretches back over 1,000 years, each chapter adding to its chilling lore. The story of Poveglia begins in the early 5th century, when it first appears in historical records as a thriving settlement under the protection of the Republic of Venice. Known for its strategic location and the bravery of its inhabitants during conflicts with neighboring powers, Poveglia flourished as a bustling community. The Venetian Republic, impressed by their loyalty and economic contributions, granted the island special privileges, exempting its residents from taxes and military service. However, the island's fortunes took a drastic turn in 1379 during the wars with Genoa. Fearing invasion, the residents of Poveglia sought refuge in Venice, leaving their homes and livelihoods behind. The once thriving community was abandoned and fell into disrepair, its buildings crumbling into ruins as nature reclaimed the land. In the centuries that followed, Poveglia would be repurposed in ways that only deepened its grim reputation. As waves of plague swept across Europe, Venice, with its position as a major trading hub, was particularly vulnerable. In response to the outbreaks, the Venetian authorities established Poveglia as a quarantine station, a place where ships suspected of carrying infectious diseases were held offshore and their crews and passengers examined. By the late 18th century, as the Black Death and subsequent plagues continued to ravage the region, Poveglia became a place of dread. Ships bearing the sick and dying would anchor off its shores, their occupants forcibly disembarked and sequestered on the island. For those unlucky enough to be sent to Poveglia, it was often a one-way journey, a grim precursor to death, with bodies either hastily buried in mass graves or burned to prevent further spread of disease. The horrors of Poveglia only escalated in the early 20th century when a psychiatric hospital was established on the island. The hospital, originally intended to provide care for the mentally ill, soon became synonymous with cruelty and suffering. Stories emerged of experimental treatments, including lobotomies and other barbaric procedures inflicted on helpless patients. Rumors circulated of a particularly deranged chief doctor who conducted these experiments and whose sanity crumbled under the weight of his own atrocities and the alleged spectral visitations haunting the hospital's halls. According to local legends, the doctor's descent into madness culminated in a tragic end. He threw himself from the hospital's bell tower, driven to suicide by the ghosts of those he had tormented. Some versions of the tale even claim that he was pushed by the restless spirits themselves, seeking vengeance for the torment they endured in life. After the hospital's closure in 1968, Poveglia was left abandoned once more. Efforts to repurpose the island for agriculture faltered, and it slipped further into decay. The few brave souls who dared to venture to Poveglia reported eerie encounters. Apparitions glimpsed among the ruins, disembodied voices echoing through empty corridors, and an overwhelming sense of despair that seemed to permeate the very air. Today, Poveglia remains off-limits to the public, officially closed to tourists and accessible only with special permits or by private boat. Its overgrown paths and dilapidated buildings stand as silent reminders of its tragic past, a stark contrast to the bustling canals of nearby Venice. Local fishermen, respecting the island's grim legacy, steer clear of its shores, believing them cursed and tainted by the countless souls said to rest beneath its soil. Despite its haunting reputation, Poveglia continues to captivate the imaginations of those fascinated by the paranormal. It has been featured in numerous documentaries, books, and paranormal investigations, each attempting to uncover the truth behind the island's dark mysteries and the restless spirits said to roam its desolate grounds. For centuries, Poveglia has remained a testament to humanity's darkest impulses and the enduring legacy of suffering. Its isolation and tragic history have woven a tapestry of fear and fascination, ensuring that this small island in the Venetian lagoon will forever be shrouded in mystery and dread. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe and let me know what haunted place I should do next.